Hi guys, in today's video we will be rendering satin fabric. As you all know that satin fabric is a very shiny fabric. It has a very subtle kind of a shine. It is not like those fabrics like PVC or leather which has like a very sharp shine. So here, as you can see, I've drawn a very simple outfit which has a cowl neck in the front. You can do the same outfit, or you can pick up any other outfit from a magazine or from internet as well. So as you can see here, I am starting off by giving a light coat of my base color first. Use very less amount of water so that you don't create those patchy kind of colors. Try to use more of color and less of water, but just give a very thin coat. Your paper should be seen through your color. Okay. uh, so as you can see, as we all know, previously also I made a video on shadows and highlights, on where to place the shadows, how to give the highlights, what length should be the highlights, what shape should be the highlight. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would refer you to go and first watch the shadows and highlights video, and then I would refer you this video, you can go and watch. So here, as you can see, as we all know that satin is a very shiny and lightweight material. It's a very flowy kind of a fabric. It has those very soft beautiful highlights. And whenever, as previous videos also I've told you this, that the highlights should be, when you are giving highlights to a fabric like satin or leather, the highlights are lighter than that of the base color, so they are not very sharp and crisp white color highlights. They'll have a little bit of color in it, but it'll be lighter than the base color. Okay, so here, after giving a very thin coat of your base color, let the color dry, like let it dry completely, let it dry 500%, and then you move on to your giving your shadows and highlights and all those. As you can see here, that I'm mixing a little black, or you can also use brown, to make your base color little darker, to give your shadow colors. So again, the light source is from diagonal point, and it is coming from my left hand side. So my armpits and half of my bust, a little bit near my waist, will be dark. It will be darker than my base color. So I'm going and giving in the shadows with, and I'm not going too much with the fabric. I'm just going very light. And then, even if, let's assume that you give a little more extra, you can always reduce it by spreading it evenly with water, or you can just dab some tissue or cotton over it if you go a little overboard. Otherwise, just very try to use less amount of color. As you can see here, I am giving a little shadow on her waist, as well as going a little down at the hip portion as well. And now I'll start doing my shadows with the folds that are there on the waist, on the hip, while you walk in, or you're standing in a particular pose. You'll have those very small, thin, tiny folds around the hip area or the waist area, or if it is a trouser, then on the ankles, on the knee area. Yeah, I am using the same darker shade of the base color, and I'm also going in a little bit shadow, which at the center of her dress, because that's how my figure or my picture, inspiration picture was. So I'll share the picture at the end, the inspiration picture, if you guys want me to. And trying to give it a little 3D kind of a look. The folds basically here, I'm trying to make them 3D, so that they'll be seen as if they are lifted up from the fabric. Here I am using a white pencil, or also you can, if you want, if you don't want like really uh, white kind of color, you can also use a baby pink shade color to show your highlights here. And again, when I'm showing the highlights, I'm going exactly on the opposite direction. Wherever I have given shadows, I'll just give my highlights on the opposite side of my shadows, a little on the folds, to give it and you can also see that I'm trying to merge it into the color by just rubbing it with my finger. Now I've taken a white pencil. You can also take a little baby pink or a soft pink kind of a Stedler pencil to show in your highlights. I am going a little, on the bust area, on the cowls that is there on the front side of the chest, and I am also showing a little more highlights at the center also, because that's how my reference picture was. And now I'll just take my basic base color and then just go in a little bit, because I can see that there's a little transparent kind of effect which I don't want. So I'm making it a little opaque by giving another one more layer of my base color on the top of the first coat. You can also do this step before going in and doing your shadows and highlights. I just did it later, so it's completely up to you that how how much opaque you want your base color. So here is the final look of the garment, guys, and I hope you've understood today's class about satin rendering. And yeah, there you go, this is my finished satin gown. Sorry, it's not a gown, it is a one piece. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and make sure that you keep practicing at home. And I know that you don't have colors, I completely understand it. Those who don't have colors can obviously do it with pencil, or if you don't have watercolors, go and do your version of it with the Stedlers. I want you to practice more and more. Just keep practicing till you reach there, and I'm sure you will be also able to render, and you will be also able to understand the technique. It's very, very simple. And thank you guys. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.